dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KB, the 60 Ninja, in the place to be for Paper Saber Universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. Woo, man. It's been a good weekend so far. We're talking about SmackDown on Halloween, October 31st, 2025. Colin Graves on commentary in Salt Lake City, Utah. We have Saturday night main event coming up, and we are so excited. We are jam-packed for this Halloween edition of SmackDown. The huge Tron is back, and I was like, ooh, I hope they keep that just for SmackDown, separating the shows, you know, and they're really trying to make SmackDown different. And meaning so, like, I feel like it's younger stars that normally wouldn't be, they're keeping the heavy hitters on Monday Night Raw. I'm not saying Cody or Drew not heavy hitters, but, like, if you look at the card itself, Tiffy, Jade, you know, we have Kit Wilson here having a match with Mello. You know, you got Ilya Dragunov here. You got Nathan Frazier. We have a bunch of faces that people are really not too familiar with. So I feel like SmackDown is becoming that, like, hey, let's be something different from Monday Night Raw. Let's be what, you know, because that's what SmackDown came to be at some certain point, especially when Paul Heyman took over the creative. He was just like, I want the edges. I want the Christians. I want to make this show stand out to Raw. So I feel like that's what they're doing with this younger talent. And, you know, and of course, they got Cody that's going to hold this ship. He's the quarterback. He's going to hold the flag for WWE and hold the flag for SmackDown and everything like that. Because we started off with, we were supposed to have our first match of the night, the United States Open, Ilya Dragunov versus But we have Tiffany Stratton who comes out and says, I want Jade. Because she's going to fight Jade for the not the United States Championship, the WWE Championship at Saturday night's main event. Nick comes out and is like, no. He goes, I can't risk losing this match. I can't have you causing this chaos right now, but Jade will fight you. But that's on Saturday's show. And Tiffy's like, no, she goes, I want Jade now. Jade comes out, beautiful Catwoman costume. Earlier, she had this badass Punisher thing going. And Jade comes out, she's like, you know what? I ain't going to mess up this opportunity. I will fight you on Saturday. Tiffy doesn't like that. Tiffy gets pissed, and she wants Jade Cargill. And Jade's like, I bled all over the place, got a big old scar on my face now, you know, but that's fine. I'm going to win that championship. And she goes, it's taffy time. I was like, taffy time? We get a great package of Ilya Dragunov. Then we go to Santa Truth. Gives Motor City Machine Gun some candy, I believe, or something like that. And like, Truth, you know that it's Halloween. He goes, that's wrong month. Ho, ho, ho. He runs off. And Solo gets in Motor City Machine Gun's face, sets up a match with the MFTs and MSMG. A lot of abbreviations here. Ilya Dragunov comes out. He has his open challenge. Who is he going to fight? Who is he going to wrestle? Nathan Frazier answers, and Tommaso Ciampa answers, but Ilya Dragunov's like, guess what? He was first, so I will face him. Match of the night. Oh my God, these guys tore down the house. They took up a good almost over 30 minutes of the show. But man, I loved every minute of it. Ilya Dragunov is a fucking beast, y'all. That's why I ordered a shirt as soon as he came back. I was like, I need an Ilya Dragunov shirt. He is my United States champion here. But he puts on a banger with Nathan Frazier and Tommaso Ciampa after Ilya gets the win. You know, Ilya and Nathan showed some respect. And as Nathan leaves, Tommaso Ciampa comes out and attacks. Then here comes Axiom. Then here comes Johnny. And yeah, all this crazy stuff, man. All this crazy stuff. It's like, let's fight. And they fight all the way to the back. And then on to the break, and then Ilya's like, enough, I'm the dragon. And guess who is holding on to Ilya Dragunov's title? Tama Tonga, in that war paint. I was like, oh my God. This. Let's go, man. Ilya versus Tama. I'm all for that. We get Kit Wilson versus Mello. This was a fun match. I like Kit Wilson. I liked him more in the tag team, you know, Pretty Deadly. But he did fine here. I don't really care for this whole toxic gimmick or whatever you want to call it. But Miz tries to give Kit the win, but no, Kit couldn't get the job done, even with Miz's help. Mello gets it done. Mello gets the win over Kit Wilson. Miz comes in, takes out Mello, and tells Mello it ain't over till I say it's over, so this feud is not done. I like this more as a feud than them together as Mello don't Miz. Don't ever put me through that again, WWE. I will take the feud over the team. Then we go right into Kathy's with Alexa and Charlotte. Alexa's taking on Nia Jax. I love these two dynamic and duo, but Alexa's going to go whoop some ass, and Charlotte's going to be right there supporting her bestie. Nick is with Sammy. Sammy's like, I want to be out there. I want to be out there with Motor City Machine because we go way back. And he's like, yeah, I go way back with him too. Because, but you're not cleared, dude. You're not cleared. So, no. Here comes Cody in an orange and black suit. It's Halloween Cody. I was like, I need that action figure. Do I, though? I have over 26, 27, almost 30 Codys in my house right now. My wife's like, But yeah. We got that. Cody, Nick's like, you read the contract? He goes, yeah, I'm done. He goes, but you need to ask Drew if he's cool with it because they have their big contract signing later on. Nia Jax versus Alexa. This match was okay, but Alexa got the surprise win. Roll up on Nia because Charlotte helped out. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Then we go into Dragon. He gets in the MFT's face before they go have their big match. And slaps the big one. Ugh. I was like, kid, it's funny. He stood on the thing. He's like, yeah. slap. And Solo's like, ah. Damian Priest promo package. He's not done with Aleister Black whatsoever. We have Nick. He's with Tiffy. And he's like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? And she's just like, I'm going to do this. Then Kiana and Julia get in her face, and they say, and Julia's like, you're going to lose that title, blah, 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 on Saturday. I feel like that's going to be the case. I feel like we're going to have a new champion here because they're really playing to this hurt angle, and I think Tiffy is actually hurt, or she's going to go get surgery for, I don't know. I just feel like they're going to write Tiffany off here soon. Then Kiana and Julia, then here comes Chelsea. And this whole ordeal, then Chelsea challenges Julia for that championship, and then Julia's like, you know what, you're on. Nikki Cross in the background. They got some new merch. I really want to get that new Wizard of Oz shirt, the Wyatt 6 inspired. I really like that. Then we go into the MFTs versus Motor City Machine Guns, and this was awesome. Oh yeah, dude. This was the second match of the night for me. MFTs get the win. And then, of course, they're standing over the bodies. And look at Solo looking like a gangster with his face painted goons. Then we get Nick with Drew. Drew's like, yeah, I'll meet you out there. They get out there. They got the table. It's a contract signing. And my favorite part about all of this is Drew's like, I'm not going to sign it. He's talking about if he gets DQ'd, he keeps the title. If he gets counted out, he keeps the title. Where's my stipulation, huh? Where's my thing? And Cody's like, you know what? Damn it. Fine. If I get counted out, you get the title. If I get a DQ, you get the title. I don't care. I'll lose it. But I'll still whoop your ass, Drew. And he tells him, like, they're going back and forth. And, their stories are very similar to each other. But Drew left. And, well, he didn't leave. He got fired. And Cody left, and then they went on the indies and made their names bigger, better. And WWE begged Drew back. And they begged Cody back. But my favorite part about this is Cody goes, you know what? Our stories are similar, but there's a difference. I grew the balls and walked out of here. You got fired. And I was like, oh, damn, Cody. All right. And my favorite, I wrote with this line, nice guys usually finish last. Or usually, nice guys usually finish last until I showed up. And I was like, oh. And of course, they get in a big old fight. Boom, through the table. Cody goes through the table in his orange suit. Drew's just a menace. And, it ends with, awesomeness, man. This was a fun show. Go home show for Saturday Night Main Event. War Games is around the corner, November 29th. So this was SmackDown, October 31st, 2025. Goodbye to October. Hello to November. Cole and Graves and commentary in Salt Lake City, Utah at the, what was this? Delta Center. Love the Tron. I hope it's just SmackDown, though. Don't bring it to Raw. Just keep that SmackDown, SmackDown always should have a different look than Raw. And with what they're doing with the younger talent and everything like that, I think, you know, you got your Cody, and you got the base here, you got your Tiffy and all this and that. I'm liking what they're shaping SmackDown to be. I really am. So I give this even though I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I'm not knocking anything. There's just some things I was like, okay. But we're going to get there. I think SmackDown is going to finally pivot into something awesome, because SmackDown is the lesser of the show. Like, sometimes NXT will be better than SmackDown, but this was a good SmackDown for what it was. But yeah, nice guys usually finish last until I showed up. Great line. Match of the night, Ilya Dragunov versus Nathan Frazier. Who's going to face Ilya Dragunov next? And I'm hoping it's Oba Femi. I'm just waiting for Oba. Moment of the night. You know, I'm going to give it to a fun one here. R-Truth is Santa Claus. Good stuff, man. All right, y'all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma, share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Section Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Well, Tiff